So here I am back with part 3 of my Sunday grind. If you haven't watched parts 1 and 2, you should go back and watch those. I explain what's going on, what I'm doing exactly. If you're still with me, thanks for watching my videos. Hopefully you're getting something out of it. This is the one new tournament that I have up. I was playing on my other screen for a while. It's just a 3,500 guarantee. I believe it's a $40 tournament. No, it's not a $40 tournament. This one is... I'll check in a second. Oh, we are close to the money in this one. And man, I am short in this one too. 3,500 guarantee is... Let's see. No, not this one. Man, I didn't realize how short I was and how close I was to the money in this one. This is a $15 tournament. So, pretty small tournament. So it'd be nice to get a big hand soon, because not only am I short, you know, it's a big tournament, it's an 8K guarantee. I maybe missed some spots where I could have done something. I don't know. I haven't seen many good hands here, I don't think. I do get a little bit behind playing this many tables. I probably am at my peak around 4 tables. 5 tables I'm still doing pretty good. When I get to 6, I get a little bit... I miss a couple nuances that could be important, and I could definitely be losing value at certain points. So that's no good. I like to kind of push my boundaries a little bit of how many tables I'm playing to kind of help me get better at it. And I do play 7 or 8 and 9 sometimes if I'm playing on my other screen. So here I'm definitely just shoving with it. I'd probably be calling a shove. That's actually exactly what I want. This is actually the final table. There was only 56 players in it though, so it's not like it's an extremely difficult to reach final table. Only top 5 pay. But yeah, well, that's very unfortunate, but I don't know why he just limped with 8s. I feel like that was a really bad play, but oh well, he got me with his 7s, so kind of a cooler right there. There's not much else I'm gonna play that tournament. Oh, I guess top 10 did... Oh yeah, 56. Top 10 did pay, so I got in the money. Made $61, which is nice. $61 I didn't think I was gonna get. It was a $60 tournament, I believe, so I made... Actually, I lost money because of the entry fee, I believe. Let me see, actually. Oh, yeah, it was exactly $60, so I made $1.60 with that tournament. It's better than losing 60 bucks, I guess, but a little frustrating to get to the final table and get 10th and 11th and 12th and 9th. I can't stand getting those positions because, you know, you make it so far and you really don't make any money with those spots. You gotta get the top couple spots to make any money. I think this is a great situation to shove. You know, I got fold equity, I got a pair, I got a hand to really defend myself, but you gotta shove in these kind of spots. Again, I end up against 9s, but I think my play was exactly what I'm supposed to do there. I can't be folding that hand in that spot. It's just way too strong, I feel like. The cutoff's raising me, you know. It's even a short-handed table, so... But a little bit unfortunate to be up against 9s there, but I think that's exactly... I played that exactly how a good player would play that. I think, you know, a really, really good player would play it the exact same way. You know, some of the best players in the world would make that exact move. And I think they would be right in doing so. Whew. Again, I'm just really short over here. I just don't like raising into this many players. I feel like someone's going to find a call, and that's not the hand I want someone to find a call against. So it looks like the break is starting really soon. The break will be starting on all my tables, it looks like. So I'm gonna pause this video and I'll come back after the break, and yeah, I'll see you guys then. So my tournaments are slowly starting to come off a break. Yeah, so this is part 4, or no, wait, I'm just coming off of the pause. What am I thinking? Yes, this is the same video. Yeah, so my tournaments are coming off a break, and I could, that's a good standard bet. This is my new tournament here, just a 3K freeze out. This is the $40 one. Yeah, this is, I believe, a $40 tournament. I've actually made the final table in it the last 2 times I've played it. Got like 4th and 4th, so I didn't really make much money, but made good runs in it. If you notice, I have a bunch more chips in this tournament. It's just because I rebought, or I added on at the break, so I didn't miss a big pot there or anything. I'm really short here. Let's see what the bubble is. 20. No, it's only $23. What? That is really weak. So I don't really care that much about the bubble. This guy's not very good. So I'm probably going to shove on this guy if it folds to me, even with a very weak hand. Hopefully he doesn't call me, and hopefully I'm not Bubble Boy. But I feel like he's going to need something pretty good to call this. And I am very short. So, okay, good. As much as being Bubble Boy isn't a huge deal, it's extremely frustrating and is never any fun. So, I really don't like being Bubble Boy, especially when you're like 51st out of the 50 who get paid. It just feels kind of gross, and it's one of the few things that can get me tilting a little bit. It definitely doesn't tilt me more than most things, but, well, not most things. I don't tilt very bad usually, but that is one thing that can get me going a little bit. But now I am in the money, so I made my 20. I'm not even making my buy-in back, which is ridiculous, but oh well. I am in the money now. I can call this. I don't like just calling preflop usually, but it might be a situation where I actually do it. Here I'm going to shove again. I mean, there's a lot of chips in this pot. I have a hand I can defend myself with. Just trying to kind of win some chips from this pot if I can. Exactly what I want to do. I mean, I got to just get chips wherever I can, and those are the kind of spots where I can definitely get chips. And, you know, if someone calls me, I don't like that, but I have the kind of hand that I probably have 2 open cards, unless they just have a monster. You know, I have straight possibilities, flush possibilities, so it's the kind of hand that I like doing that with, because, you know, you're well defended if you do get called, and, you know, you're going to get a lot of folds. So, you know, a hand like Ace-4 calls me there, you know, I'm not looking that bad, really. You know, I 45, 55 or something, you know, so I'm getting my money in pretty much. Oh, better, I'm plus EV there, because, you know, I'm getting the extra antes and blinds and stuff, so, you know, it's not a bad spot to get my money in at all. I'd rather get it in where I got a monster, but, you know, you can't just wait around and sit around for that, so. Pretty simple little pot there. I'm really short in this one still too. This is a situation I don't like very much, because I'm most likely going to have to call away my chips. Well, I do like that. And I really don't want to have to call away my chips with a hand like this, because it gets rid of my fold equity, and that's the reason why shoving with a hand like that is so good, is because you have that fold equity. And here it's just a standard shove. I got 10 big blinds, a huge hand. This is kind of similar. More big blinds, but still, I think I just need a shove there. This is what I didn't really want. Because I don't know when it's quite correct to call your chips off or not. I'm going to fold because I feel like this tournament's bad enough I can still get some fold equity elsewhere. Even with less chips. I don't like it at all. I probably should figure out a little bit better where to call off my chips in spots like that. So, you know, but here's another spot where I definitely need a 3-bet. You know, this time if he has those 9s, he'll be in trouble against me. He's not going to go again this time. You know, I'm just going to wait around and try to get a big hand, or, you know, get a situation push. Ooh, gotta go with this. I think the first hand of this whole thing was very similar to this. Of part 1 was very similar to this hand, and I went with it, and the guy had 4s. So it's kind of showing of the range of what this guy has. I don't think he would have queens, kings, or aces here either, because I don't think he would shove with those hands. 4s again. See? That's the kind of hand a player doing that there is. I don't need to be afraid of big hands right there, because he's not going to be shoving with those huge hands. He's going to be playing them a little differently. And, you know, my hand's also just, I mean, beside the point, my hand's just way too strong to fold with my chip stack, just beyond everything else. I hate playing a hand like this with so many people in the pot. Troy, by the way, is a guy who I've played with all the time. I actually met him once. A really solid player. Not an amazing player, but a very, very good player that I play with all the time on Bodog. Just made the move to lock. I don't know how good he's been doing on lock or not. I haven't looked up his stats or anything, but he's made thousands of dollars on Bodog, and I know he's played on a couple other sites, so he's a player definitely to look out for a little bit. I know he's pretty good. I hate these hands I've been having to fold. But with no fold equity, ace-3, I don't think there's a hand I need to go with. I feel like I'm playing badly, because I feel like really good players never get in this situation. But at the same time, I've made a lot of borderline folds. I should have gone with ace-3. Made a lot of borderline folds, but I don't think any of my folds have really been horrendous. Maybe that 9-7 suited hand was pretty bad. Or, yeah. I'm calling exactly what I was trying to do, just try to hit the flop and try to get him to shove his chips in the middle after I hit it. Exactly what I was hoping for. This is the kind of hand I like calling there, just because I'm kind of going to know if my hand's good to go with or not on the flop. You know, he could have, you know, me crushed in some fashion with an ace-king, and I hit my king, or this one I'm going to call. I just feel like I have his range beat. I didn't have his hand beat, but maybe I have his range beat. That's too bad. But that kind of hand, I love making that kind of just call and just see where I am on the flop, because this hand I don't particularly like, because I'm trying to get to showdown. That's a very good card.